Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another Movie Monday. And this movie is Paradise Lost from Eden of the East. So this is the second movie and final and last installment of Eden of the East franchise. So this one is amazing, and you definitely need to watch the series and the first movie to really get the second movie and really get where it's going with it. And this one is pretty cool. So this, of course, is an awesome anime and everything, and I think I have a really, really great trailer for you guys. Let's take a look.
I found her.
Greetings, Salisao. This is Mr. Outside. In a time when truth is all too often forgotten, what would you do?
And that is Eden of the East Paradise Lost trailer. It is pretty good. I found that one and I thought, that is good. And so, it still follows, our main characters. And, of course, our main guy kind of still has forgotten his memories. But he's slowly getting them back and slowly kind of finds a way to make the world a better and more enjoyable place. And so he moves on with his plans. They get off the plane and basically kind of split up. And so this whole journey, this whole thing comes into a climax of this movie. And number 9, of course, meets with number 1? Yeah, no. It took me a moment. I'm like, is it number 1 or number 12? He doesn't actually ever get to meet number 12. Somebody else gets to meet number 12 and actually finally talk with him. So what happens is that he really wants everything to be world peace, which you then find out that the Prime Minister and him are actually linked, weirdly enough. So now what happens is that Akira is finding out more stuff. He runs a lot into number 1 and talks with him. There's a lot of people that have had their phones shut off. Like, they don't have any money, but they're still trying to play the game. And it's not going, I think, too well for them. And so, he actually meets up with a woman who was the Prime Minister's wife. And she's like, he's never had kids. We never had kids. And the whole, thing is that, I'm not the Prime Minister's son, which you do find out. I believe he actually is. I believe he had an affair with a woman. Maybe not when he was married, but, after he then got married. And basically had a child with this woman. And they lived in New York, specifically New York, to basically not interact with anybody in Japan about it. But the mother is basically, who's the owner of the dog with wings. It's adorable. But the mother basically doesn't want to acknowledge his existence because, things can happen and really bad things could happen when this happens. So, but she's quite happy that he's okay and he's alive, basically. So then what happens is that Akira is going through all this stuff, making sure that his Juice is still good, still running for his big and final plan, which he makes sure at the very end that everyone is linked up to Airship, which is a brand new programming from Eden of the East, to basically make sure that nobody can tap the app, so you can call, text, everything through the app, and nobody can get to your phone, track your phone, make sure everyone knows what's going through your phone. So it is a really cool program, which I don't think would ever happen in real life. people can track apps like crazy, but it is an interesting thought. And he makes Juice download it for everybody and tells them that there may be another rocket launch if they don't try and make Japan any better. And by that promise that he's going to make Japan better, he gives everybody 1 yen. Cool, but okay. And that's the rest of his money, which number 12 is the actual proprietor of the game. He raised enough money to get everyone their own juice and everything like that, and you find out that these certain people are also juices, and they're also, looks like his granddaughters. And so, like, Juice is a physical person, so these people who I'm guessing drive the buses are his, like, 12 granddaughters. I can only guess, but they all very look similar. So it is very interesting. And so then what happens is that in the very end, one of Eden of the East, the founder of them, finds number 12 and talks with him, and, you know, is like, what was his answer then? Because everyone had an answer to what they would do if they had money to change the world. And they all, you know, had expert plans and stuff that they want to do and all this stuff. So basically what happens is that he hands out the phones to all of them, except for number 9. He never asks number 9 the question. Because what happens with number 9 is that the guy comes over, he's at the point in his life, he comes over and has newspapers, and of course he's biking around to give them, you know, to the people that need be. And so the old guy is going, hey, can I have a newspaper? And he's like, yeah, sure. And so he's about to pay him, and he's like, no, it's on me. He's like, but you're not going to get paid for a newspaper, and that's not good. Don't you have to get paid for newspapers? And he's like, well, yeah, but sometimes the people who really want a newspaper are the ones that are really going to read them. Not the people who are going to pay for them to say that they have the newspaper, which is very interesting logic, which I can understand, because in America we have so many couriers and stuff like that for newspapers. And I know that at least when and I used to live somewhere else, we used to get the newspaper, and I doubt it was a free service either. But we did always get the newspaper, and it's like, but we didn't pay for it. At least nobody in my household did. And they just put it on the counter and really wouldn't read it, whereas I would. So I understand his theory that the people who really want to read it will, you know, ask to actually have it. So instead of the people who just pay for a subscription or anything to just have the newspapers at all the time. So I understand that. That does make a lot of sense, but it's also kind of sad about that. But he realized that he is a very interesting person, so he gave him a phone. And that's why Akira, number 9, has a phone. And he is the one that legit is changing the world really big. So that's really cool. And after the call and stuff on the airship and giving everybody a yen, what happens is that number 12 sees how good he's done and just sees everything all like that. And basically calls up everyone, and it's like, it's the end of the game, and I have decided a winner. And so it is very interesting, and he talked about, I'm really glad to have met you guys and see what all you've done with it, and I hope that you continue to be our saviors, kind of thing, the whole ending of it. So it is a really awesome ending to an animated series. Like, I couldn't have loved this anymore. I couldn't have loved the series, the first movie, the second movie. I couldn't have loved any of this as much as I do. It's amazing. And I love the pacing and how much depth whoever made these movies made amazing depth to these characters that I just fell for them. I love this. And even at the end, when our main character our Akira finally runs away, but our main girl, Suki, decides that she loves him and kisses him, which is kind of the scene that was in the clip and also part of the picture. And basically what happens after that in the end is that he just disappears. And of course, I'd love to know where he went. I would love to know more. But I think for where they went, this is amazing. And I really do recommend this movie. Yeah, and you should definitely see the whole franchise. Like, I would buy, like, coats and everything of this. I just love this one. So, if you like this video, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below. Have you seen Eden of the East, Paradise Lost? And what do you think about it? And as your whole experience of this, do you have a favorite character? I don't know. I love this whole thing. And every character adds to it in just the best way possible. So, don't forget to definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Because I do upload every day from Saturday to Friday. Took me a minute. And Mondays to Sundays. Especially every Monday, I make a video. Or definitely a special movie just for you guys. And if you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, the links are down below. And I hope that you're having a very wonderful, wonderful day. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.